Hello everyone, this is Shoddy Noctales, and today, figured it'd be nice to stream the latest expansion for Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy Dawntrail just came out, and I have early access to it, because I was able to pre-order it, thankfully enough. And yeah, let's begin. Let me get everything set up here. So, okay. Let me see if I sold anything here before we continue. It's been a while since I've played. Glad I made PC upgrades before I started. And the nice thing today was is that the servers weren't backed up like they usually are. Like usually, at least I think with Endwalker was really hard for me to get in, as well as Stormblood. But actually, this reminds me a bit of like Shadowbringers, like when the servers weren't that inundated. But it could be because of how things are right now. Let me see. Oh shoot, I was going the wrong direction. Kinda reminds me of Roanoa Zoro from the One Piece live action. So here. Almost a vet. For those who don't know, or if you can tell by the thumbnail already, I actually speak both Spanish and English. One reason why I was so excited about this expansion is because it's exploring not only the Native Americas, but also part of the Native Americas, which includes Latin America too, which is really cool. Let's see, a new world to explore, a new Nuevo Mundo, which means new world. Spanish to English. Welcome back, Jem. I've just had word from Erenville. Seems he's managed to secure passage to Torala aboard a guild ship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go and inform your travel companions? Should only take a moment. Alright. I'm so excited! Ojika gave us the good news. We've made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Erenville himself. Ah, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Gleaner's Guild ship has granted us places aboard a vessel bound for Tyrol. There will be other passengers, researchers, and artisans and the like, so we'll need to share deck space. That's fine, Erenville. I doubt anyone expected we'd have a ship all to ourselves. We're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now's the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what it is we'll be doing in Tural, yes. We've not forgotten. The nation of Tuliyoyol, I'm pronouncing that right, is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of secession and support your bid to become Dawn Servant. In addition to that, Alpha Node and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Garlemald seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. By visiting Tural, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, the sort of insights that might help our friends in Ilsvard. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be assured that we'll give the contest all due attention. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. We wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Kryl? Yes, as far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. Yet, oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I shall very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold. The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I'm part of this expedition only because the Third Promise has commanded that I serve as guide. Still playing the part of the stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. Voice sail and let the winds take us as she pleases. Yeah. Well said, we won't get far wallowing in the shallows. Right then, if all are still committed to the journey, then I say we make ready to depart. Alright, let's see here. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbor. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well. Estamos listos. In Spanish means we are ready.
Savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Do not be so quick to relax. Oh, Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map. The vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels. Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Blutheswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough, disappointing me so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
There.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off! It's time. I trust you have everything you need?
I love the new graphics. Like they did a good job with the new graphical upgrade. Vamonos. Let's go.
And so does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Cattenram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Toral.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Woklamat.
There we go. For those who don't know, Woklamat is actually mine for, I believe, I think it's... I'll have to check it again, but it has to deal with the calendar. Let's see if I can pull that up for you guys. Let's see here. Yeah, Woke means 7, while Lamont is the 8th month of the Mayan calendar associated with the planet Venus, yes. So there we go.
Smooth sailing so far?
Aye, so far so good. But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Toral was far, but it's another thing to really know. Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliolal and the right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own. Did you look out across these same waters, Grandfather?
Alright. By the way guys, hopefully the stream doesn't slow down too much when I check chat. It's just I have playing the game on full screen right now, so... I see you in Eorzea before, you great and famous hero. Ah, I've had enough of playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception, but with more of you Eorzeans coming to Toral, it's becoming impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our warband have fallen, and so we have head home to lick our wounds. Let's see. My story, well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the historic journey of the great Kitaram, you know, the first Eorzean to set foot on Toral almost 80 years ago. The Mumajal's leader is said to have welcomed Kitaram with open arms and sent him home with a bounty of silver as a token of their friendship. The real treasure was the crops he brought back. Papatos, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across Eorzea like wildfire. This grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. Tales say Kitaram's returned to Toral several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage. Never heard from him again. Not even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end as testimony to the ocean's power. Oh, this will be my first visit to Toral. A phone contains the name. I was working at Ishtame's Aesthetics in Ulda. You'll see, but my employment with them came to an end. That's why I visited Charlene in the hopes of starting over. I was attempting and failing to find a new job. I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard room for another passenger had suddenly opened up. I'm told the Dawn servant welcomes all regardless of origin, and so Tuliboyol seemed like the perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. Ah, an adventurer, I presume. I'm a merchant myself, based in Ulda. Specialty imports and exports, Eorzea and Toral both. This is your first time crossing the salt, as they say. Do remember that the social mores of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider this: it is not uncommon for the various races to be referred to instead by the names of certain clans. The Makote, the Hetsusoro, the Rothgar, the Shabral. Not because every member of a given clan is of the same race mind, but because many individuals of said race are associated with that clan. Fair assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. Did you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who will be sat next in the Dawn Servant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants in the right of succession, your young Wuklamat being one of them, of course. But from what a Mumal Joe bloke was telling us, the other 3 are all strong contenders, not too many keen to risk their coin on the third promise. That's what Croyle says. Did you learn anything of interest? Bad. Oh, I haven't heard that about the clan's names. We should have Wuklamat and Erenvel teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chilly up here on deck. Let's all gather in the cabin. Stallion of Yendel. It's raining now.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick. I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Erenville, you were born in Toral, yes? Do many Vieira live there?
The Shatona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaktural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
Oh no. Yeah, seas are rough.
Oh dear.
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
Oh, it's here.
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since. The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself. Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning. What an extraordinary life he must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease. Oklamat, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress. By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
Let's see. There's the blue-footed booby. I actually saw those birds when I went to Galapagos years ago. So, for anyone who doesn't know, Galapagos is off the coast of a country known as Ecuador in South America. I remember seeing them.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air? Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Ugh. Can't be much farther now, can it?
There they are. Pájaros.
Seabirds.
Del mar. Birds of the sea.
Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliola's coasts. Come.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
There we go.
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
There we go. Estamos aquí. Here. I love the art. It's bonito. It's pretty.
Gods, I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that color before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tulihiola are still few and far between. And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out or...
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
I love it. Great.
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next Dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tule-Yolal?
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Please, accept our apologies.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part? Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tule-Yolal.
Tule-Yolal. I'll have to practice that. Tengo que practicar. Sí. Right. Well, despite the storm's efforts to the contrary, here we are, safe and sound, or safe. Yes. Hopefully, I said that right. You have arrived until Yo. I'm gonna have to pronounce that. Practice that. You can return to the city any time by speaking with the swarthy sailor in Scholar's Harbor in Old Charlian. While being on solid ground has improved Wuklamat's mood, her stomach appears to be lagging behind. Right then, first things first. Still a bit queasy, no more boats for a while. I realize we've just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. The arguments here I should very much like to explore. That I'll guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Aha! We were wondering who these strange folks were, so the third promise has found herself some new followers then. Followers? Wuklamat, are you unwell? No, not at all. Couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick. No, sir. As for my hand-picked entourage here, I'm recruiting them to help me win the rite of succession. It's about to show them around the city, in fact. Sounds lovely, but a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the third promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Your siblings have a tendency to command a respectful distance, but you're just so easy to approach. And I enjoy it so much when you do. Please don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, third promise. They did have a point. Wuklamat is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a person of her station surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean technically? I suggest we move in two groups so as to attract less attention. It's technically ignoring me then. Gem, you and Cryo can come with me. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we've had a good look around. That voyage was hard on all of us, so take it slow and recuperate. We have time enough for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until Wuklamat's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. Soy listo. Ugh. Oh, poor poor Wook. Hang in there. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself. What with the contest looming and all? Now then, seeing as we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Annabelle already mentioned the reefs in our coastal waters, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored to the docks. Only vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay, mostly small fishing boats or barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from Yuk to Ral, the southern landmass. The clans there produce various goods for export. Their wares are unloaded here and carted off to the merchant stalls and net-breeding markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. Wooklamon and Crowd are accompanying you, keep them... Okay. Yep. Alright, so... Man, I love this. Check something real quick. Okay. Just check chat every once in a while. I'm only playing one monitor, so I kind of have to swap back and forth at times, but it's alright. This is Bayside Bevy, Tuliol's largest marketplace. Being right in the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they mostly likely have. Oh right, I should mention that here in Tuliol we buy things with Pel, currency that the Pelu created. Don't worry, more trade is coming in from Eorzea, so most shops are happy to accept your guild. There's also Wachu Meki, another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next we'll head back a bit, then northwards up the stair cistern plaza. Haha, I can't wait to see the look on your faces. Alright. Let's tune to the Aetheryte shard. Hold on. Okay. What do you think of that, eh? Goodness me, you have Aetherytes until Yol. I'll have to take some time. I think I told you before, but my brother, Koana, spent 3 years studying in Charlian. He fell in love with the nation and its ways, and brought back to us knowledge of Aetheryte construction. Papa warmed to the idea at once, had one built immediately. Did you do the attuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again and then up the slope to the side. Right at the top is the gate which leads to Shal Tural, or Zak Tural? I think it's Zak Tural. Let's make a stop at Bright Plume. Close on the way though, that's the headquarters for the Landsguard. Alright. Bit of a slowdown, but I just think that's only because of the amount of people currently in the area, which makes sense. I'm gonna try to attune to all the shards. So yeah, let me attune to the shards and then we'll go there next. I love the vistas here. Look at the stars. Estrellas. It's really nice. Alpaca. I love it. Sick. Welcome. If it's an alpaca you need, then look no further. Before we get you saddled up, we'll need to add your name to our register. I'll make things smooth the next time you need a ride. Love the alpacas. Look at them. So here. There's a stairway up here. Who do you think is going to win the right of succession? The whole city's talking about it. I almost feel like, since I've been playing Final Fantasy 12 for a while now, I almost feel like I'm playing it again, just the 14 version of it. Yeah, they really probably got a lot of inspiration from 12 and 11 making the game, now that I think about it. There it is. Even as the head of reason takes his rest, the wing of reflection continues to work tirelessly for the sake of Tully Yo-Yo. I don't know why I have such a tough. Yeah. Yo, yo. Yeah. It's like saying you all, but it's like yo. Yeah. Tilly yo. Okay. I was gonna say, gotta say it like a redneck. I'm just kidding. It's funny. let's go to the yeah. Good thing you don't often die from fall damage in this game. I think I'm gonna make a new playlist for these videos of 14. I'm just, instead of putting in my regular 14 videos, I'm just gonna put it in Dawntrail. Because it is New Beginning. Es Nuevo, see. We have a lot of narrow, winding streets that crawl up the sides of the mountain. As you can see, though the builders made sure the city's main thoroughfares were wide enough to accommodate wagons. Trudging up and down all these slopes and stairs is exhausting. I understand now where World Club monkeys are endless endurance. Well, that's one way to look at it. I think I got all the store all the shards. Or all the ether, right? Alright, wait, there's two more of them. Wait. Oh, let me get that last one. Because I can always teleport back up anyways. Get this last one. El último. Wait. Hopefully I'm going the right way. Wait. No, yeah, this is the right way. Oh, here's the script exchange. Begging your pardon, sir, but house rules stipulate that I serve only those with prior approval. Welcome, traveler. If you require my screeving services, you need only say the word. Ever since Kuona returned home from his stay in Charlian, we've been seeing an uptick in import goods. If I see anything I don't recognize, I assume it's fragile or liable to explode. Alright, so... Here we are, Bright Plume Post, the soldier station here responsible for defending Tuli Yoyol and preserving the peace. The Lands Guard are led by our nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago when Zoralja took over as commander. The title is no open honor, empty honor. It means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant in martial strength. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to. I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alpha Node and Alice should be around here too. Come on, it's time I show you the Sky Gate. It's right at the northern end of Talon March. Okay. Oh, okay. I think they made a change to how the characters follow you, because in Endwalker it was kind of annoying when you'd click the Aetheryte shard and then they would disappear. So no, this is nice that they changed it. Seems like. Ooh, that's a pretty cool outfit. There it is. Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants. The Wuk-Ha. Strictly speaking, Tural is actually two separate continents. Wuk-Tural, the southern lands of the mother, and Zaktural, the northern lands of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legends say it used to be one giant landmass, but long, long ago the two gods fought a titanic battle, and when one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating as to split the continents in twain. A familiar sounding tale I put in mind of the conflict between Hydaelyn and Zodiark. But getting back to Zaktural, those lands are also part of the Tuliyoyo nation, correct? That's right, isn't my father incredible? He united the peoples of two continents into a single nation. The many clans of Tural had been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to their myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Crossing the bridge to Zaktural requires a specific travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the right of succession is over. Promise to get you one when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then you'll just have to wait. But make sure you win, mark my words. You really mean that? Heh, whoa, to anyone who stands between you and adventure. We must have covered half the city by now. Tuliyoyo is unlike any other place I've visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. Oi! There we go! I love the music. What's up? Mountain Battle Axe. We might sell some of this at the market board, because usually the new gear the first few days tend to go for pretty good rates. Wuklamad is ready to commence the second half of your Tuliyoyo tour. We'll head west next, towards the Arch of the Dawn. The dirigible landing is on the way. You have dirigibles too. Tuliyoyo certainly don't want for methods of travel. What's a dirigible? Capable of being steered, guided, a dirigible airship, especially. Oh, kind of like an airship of sorts, okay. You have dirigibles too, Tuliyoyo, yeah. We get by, now you've seen enough of this area, let me know and we'll continue on. Alright. Is there any other side quests I can pick up here? What you got? Arc of the Dawn is on the other side of the city, so speak up if you see something that interests you as we walk. Okay. Let's go to the market board first. I'm so glad they made that change where they still follow you even... yeah, that's good. So where is the market board here? There's a bell. Okay. Okay, 200,000. Okay, let's put it for... Let's put it for that much. Okay. So, go this way. Wait. Okay, now let's go back to the right post. Still struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. This was originally the site of a Wukhoi temple. The giants built it when they were first making the bridge to Zaktoral to appease the gods who slumbered in the great ocean trench. After the Wukhoi withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries. So when Papa was establishing his new nation, he saw a structure he could refurbish into a palace, sitting practically in the center of Toral. He gathered artisans to do the work, and the houses that we built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we'll be passing through the Resplendent Quarter, the biggest residential district in Tulioyol. We climbed these sets of stairs here all the way up. Okay. Papa's palace is called Vukluk Shunsa, which roughly translates to invisible resilience. You'd probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later. Let's move on for now. The sheer scale of this palace is incredible. I wonder what that carving at the top represents. Oh, there we go. Already sold. So This is a resplendent quarter. What manner of people live here? Oh, we have residents from all the Yuk-Toral clans. Mamuja, Shabral, Pelapalu, Moblin, Hanu. We also have Tana Wata, Het Soda, and Shetuna, who moved south from their ancestral lands in Zaktoral. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Toral. A true representation of Tulioyol's diverse character. The adornments on each building contribute to the eclectic cultural aesthetic. It's also beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Come, we continue down the stairs. That big drum there is called the Dawn's Herald. They play it for formal occasions, like when honoring the Lance Guard returned from dangerous duty. I tried hitting it with my axe once and ripped the skin. Earned me a proper scolding, let me tell you. I think that was the time Papa held me upside down by the ankle. Oh boy. Never seen such an enormous drum. What would one even use to beat such an instrument? See it. Here are our dirigibles. Not bad, eh? I heard other nations use airships to sail the skies. You'll find balloons in Tulioyol. We have them for the exact same reason as the Aetherites. Helena brought back the plans from Charlian and Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned their construction. This was around 3 years ago. Since that time we've added flights to other settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. That's enough about dirigibles. The Ark of the Dawn awaits. This is it, the Ark of the Dawn. The giants were still here. It was known as the Wuk-Toral Landgate, but when Papa founded Tulioyol, everyone began using its present name in honor of his great achievement. Through this gate is Kuzama Uka, wetlands south of the city. Depending on what the right of succession asks of us, I'd end up going in that direction. Kuzoma Uka, the name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those furry creatures we passed earlier? Ah, those are alpacas. Fearsome, four-legged fiends. Fearsome, they seem quite placid to me. You'll learn soon enough, Kryle. You'll learn soon enough. But forget the alpacas. I hear something far more important to show you. Come forth. Come along. If you wish to learn the history of Tuliyoyol, then look no further. Oh, ye stone pillars, you mean? Thrall regards the stone pillars curiously. What is special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they might look like ordinary stone decorations, but if you take a really good look, you'll see that there's something much more interesting. Following events cannot be skipped, you may wish to cancel. So look at that. Pictures? Wait, no, these are glyphs. They seem to tell a series of stories, many of them featuring a two-headed Mumajal. Oh, then this must be... That's right, it follows the exploits of my father, Gula Jaja, and his journey to unite our lands, called the Tuliyoyol Saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged, all immortalized in stone. There's no better way to learn about Tuliyoyol came to be. Study them as long as you like. Way of the Brotherhood. Pillars. This pillar tells the lay of the Brotherhood. Depicts a scene where Papa granted an audience to the foreign explorer Ket. Something I could never remember the name. You mean Ketiram? Ah, that's the one. Ketiram's arrival in Tyrol is what prompted Papa to embark on his journey. It said the two grew to be close friends, brother in spirit if not in blood, but no one knows what became the explorer in later years. Ketiram's disappearance is a mystery in Eorzea as well. The records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while. Students assumed he was lost at sea. Here we have the Lay of Reeds. This is a story of when Papa visited the Hanu in their village in Kuzama Uka. Ah, the people Alphanote almost mistook for Vanu. Not for the colorful plumage, he spent a fair bit of time among the Vanu in the Sea of Clouds, so it's no surprise he took an interest in your countrymen. I don't know how it is with your Vanu, but our Hanu are bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year, very famous and a lot of fun. Let's see, this one is the Lay of Pots, which depicts the moblins of Kuzama Uka. They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver what they sell is the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are the standard when it comes to gift giving. Surely the Vanu aren't the only people with distant royal counterparts. This one recounts the Lay of Repast. As you probably tell, this figure depicted here is of the Zabral like me. For decades, the Zabral and the Mamujal were at war for control of the forest of Yaktil. The actions Papa took to end that conflict have since been hailed as the first steps in the founding of Tuliyoyol. There's a clan of Hrothgar and Boja known as Hellions. And their society, the women rules as queens and the men serve as devoted subjects. Yet here in Tyrol, Zabral men and women appear to be of equal status. How dramatically culture can vary with location. If you're done with the first half, we can move on to the second. The Lay of Gold. This pillar shows one of the Pelu whose homeland is in Urka Pacha. Having created our currency, the Pelu are rightfully known as the merchant clan. They oversee Tuliyoyol's markets, and their traveling peddlers are a common sight no matter where you go in Tyrol. Don't let their size fool you. They might be mistaken as children, but beneath those beaked masks, they're clever and calculating traders. Oh, this one's my favorite, The Lay of Ice. Depicts the battle of the legendary Tural Vidral Villigar Manda. I should explain, a Tural Vidral is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to preternatural power. Tataru described the far eastern auspices in a similar fashion. Could this be the same phenomena? Villigarmanda itself was dubbed the Sky Rune, a name earned for the destruction terror visited upon Tyrol every time it stirred from its slumber. 80 years or so ago, its ruinous reign was brought to an end. After a great struggle, Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the raging withdrawal and sealed it away in the Arcopacha Mountains. Despite its reputation, however, Garmanda is a symbol of power. That's why you'll see its likeness on Tuliol's national emblem and adorning the banners at the palace. Oh, this one's unmarked. Papa says he left the blank pillar for the next chapter of Tuliol's history, whatever that might be. Now the lay of proof. That big fellow is of the Yuk Hai, the largest of Tyrol's peoples. These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yaktaral. Having brought the southern reaches to heel, then they turned northwards, setting their sights on Zaktaral. You'll recall that massive bridge they built beyond the Skygate. Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they conquered and withdrew into the mountains of Urcopacha. Never seen any of their kind so much as set foot in the city. This was a people with the power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on a mountaintop and build a bridge across the sea of stone. What would move them to renounce their ambitions and their place in Tyrol's history? Had your fill of history then. Glad to hear it. You know, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. I was surprised there saying I couldn't keep anything down for a while, but now I think I'm ready to eat again. Tengo hambre. Or tienes hambre. She's hungry. Let's go and have ourselves a bite of a local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. I like the sound of that. I like the music. Alright, let me check this here over Old Charlian. Let's check. Plan hunt boards covered in bills showing the details of one monsters, however you are unable to accept. Okay. Oh, whoa. Someone cast regen on me. Let's see what's... Wait, hold on. Okay, never mind. We'll see that other quest later on here. Let's just continue with what we're doing right now. There's a regen again. I wonder who's casting that on me. Someone is. Have you ever had tacos? They're a Tuliol's classic. Make a crunchy shell made from corn flour. Well, it can be a crunchy shell, but if you want it, at least for most of the people in not only Mexico but other places too. You know, flour tortilla is also used as well. But you know, you can use this as well. Both are good. And fill it with meat and salad. A lot of shops and stalls sell them, but I like how they're made here at Zabalyov's Tay Best. I need one right in front of me right now. Let's head downstairs and place an order with old Bruck Evu. I personally enjoy the flour tortillas more, but I do know some people like the corn ones too. Both are good. Yeah, both are good. I have to see what my other friends, especially from Mexican descent or Native American Mexican descent, say, because I know it's always a back and forth.
Evo! My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Tacos.
Did you hear the Silver Scares are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils.
Oh no.
Oh.
I will Clamot.
If it isn't the third promise.
Oh, no.
I don't know these ones. New salt. Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
Of course, that's it.
Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
The third promise remembers us! Such an honor. Glory on your name, brother. And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family. Unlike the sneevling house cut, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
All peoples are equal in Tulihiola. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense.
Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Listen to me, you.
A two-headed mamulja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa, and the Dopro. Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubigo and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest. As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
The palace it is. I'll let Wuklamart know. Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
So it goes.
I'm gonna check something real quick. Hopefully. Okay. I think sometimes, like, depending on how graphic intensive games can be, like my fan can sometimes be a little bit more, you can hear it going off a little bit more. Hopefully it's not going off too much where you guys are hearing it in the stream, but alright. It's mainly just during cutscenes. When it's aside from that, it's not so bad. I was looking forward to trying some authentic Tulioyol's cuisine, but we should hurry and join Alphanode and the others at the palace. Alright, it's a bit of a climb to the top. You can head up from the Resplendent Quarter, or even the eastern side of Talon March if you prefer. Now that you have an idea of how the city's laid out, I'll let you find your own way to Volok Shunsha. Ah, my poor empty belly. Made it, good, then we're all here. I'm still hungry enough to eat a whole roasted colibri, but the contest won't wait for us forever. Oh, I could ask Namika to cook me something afterwards. Okay, before we accept the next quest, let me go down here. We'll look at some of the graphic settings. You change this to simple. I don't think I need to see the shadow of my party members. PCs. Fine. Graphic scan. Yeah, I have a GeForce GTX, so that's fine. Oh, shit. I'm gonna chuck something here. Oh, fuck. That's just because I had to do the same thing for Final Fantasy 12. Okay. So oh, motion blur. I think I need that. Change that. me look again. What does this do? It's better now, yeah. I think changing some of the settings helps. Okay. Oh yeah, mark board. We do this for the same amount, probably. Yeah, at least as the axis sold, yeah. Seems fair enough since there aren't any on the market board. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. Let me see. Upon speaking to Aaronville, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Right? Equated the twins with the city as best as I could in a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably, something would catch their eye. Spurring them to run down an alley to investigate. 'Twas like herding a pair of unruly crows. Yeah, I understand all too well. Charlene had the same effect on me. Right then, now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home and to meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is, though, there's no telling what we might be in for. Oh, here we go. Estinian.
Estinian? When did he get here?
More to the point, why is he here?
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
That would do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter. that you are the strongest I fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that man there.
I see you, warrior.
We had no idea you meant to visit Tural.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
I'm not sure I understand.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
Oh. When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonash.
It's Erenville now, Don Servant. I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then. And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies. Ha! Old-tempered still. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once.
Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
The claimants are assembled. The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise, Quona. The third promise, Uklamat. And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakun Jaja. You four will compete in the rite of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Servant. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away. and it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyollal is young, and so I look to the always for inspiration. The rite of succession, the means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyollal I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamuja at all. So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Now you have us to compete against. Ah, though it seems the One-Head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Our brother was in Shock Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Tural and find the City of Gold.
If I may, Father.
Speak, Kona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
I offer us proof, my unbroken word, for I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliyollal. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions. And we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same. But in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
Wiggle?
Tuliyollal saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth. Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja as successor and be done with it.
The rite of succession begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest. And Clemens, remember to collect your tablets before you leave. You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryle Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time. I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession. But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galuf.
Look at the color. Those flowers.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this? Our our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend. And there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
Seguimos adelante. Continue ahead. Sí. Made my decision, I mean to see it through.
Is that so? I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
I think I'm gonna lower the shadow graphical settings a bit after this. I can hear my fan going chee a little bit, but
Here they come!
It's Saralja!
Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Serelja.
Take heart, tiller of the soil. The Resilient son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
Soralja, the first promise and commander of the Landsguard. Serelja, the Palaceer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Soralja is indeed the natural child of Gurul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion. Common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children, yet Soralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists. This puts him in direct opposition to Uklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Soralja, the warmonger.
Cryon, are you alright?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoralja's ambitions, deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Second promise, you must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier.
The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new.
You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
Forgive me, but the right of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant. If you will excuse me.
Plain spoken, as always.
That's Arcona. Practical
Fun.
to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studium.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
Oh boy.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser claimants. Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliola. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your fealty.
Well said, brother.
The Mamurja have finally found peace in Tuliolal. A pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself, but one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
Wuklamat, my friend. Or Nika.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliolal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies, it's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I place our precious third promise into your care.
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's promise, I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
It's fine. More than anyone, I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better? Wuklamat, I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
Wow. Okay. Let me look at the graphics settings, because I think I could maybe lower a couple of things. Maybe... Let's make this to normal. Okay. Okay, that's fine. This is fine. Glare. This is fine. Okay, hopefully that will help. Well, so much for the brief reunion I had in mind. Papa's not one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, but of course, but others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to work with are the 7 tablets and their connection to Tuliolal Saga. Why, I suggest first comparing the tablets against the pillars. You can check for any discrepancies between them. But yeah, let's go and take a look. Do I really need this the highest setting. I think that helps a little bit. Everything else is fine. Yeah, no, this is so perfect. I actually like this better. I can already tell it's running a little bit better now. Okay. That makes everyone. Google about the tablets if you would. Of course. Everyone has a tablet, then let's compare them to respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So now that we've established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? Solon's servant said that we were to retrace the path we walked in uniting Toral's peoples, that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. We have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the Tuliyoyol saga. The events the glyphs portray, do we know the exact locations where they took place? One is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. The Lay of Reeds was in the nearby Hanu settlement. Papa took me there once. It was during festival season. The whole village was alive with good cheer. Now there's also the Lay of Gold. That one involved the Pelu Pelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Before going anywhere, we should ask around about the road ahead. I heard a lot of talk as we toured the city about that storm we passed through at sea. Apparently it ravaged Yogg-Toral several days ago. Since our roads are not as well paved as Eorzea's, they are more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. I want to avoid wasting time taking the dead-end trail. I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. It's information we need. Just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. It'd be prudent to ensure we're prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. Alright, let me check here. Okay. I think everything else is fine now. I think it's mainly the shadows and other settings that was kind of slowing it down a little bit, but now it's a lot better. I can already tell. Just feels smoother. Oh, such lovely little cottages, and they're on the water. That's right, the reservation is under Wuklamat's name. If you don't mind, I'll leave my companions to you. Certainly, sir. I'll go and track down the third promise. Once you've finished organizing your gear, you can meet us outside Cheval Va Tai. Greetings, visitors to Yol, and welcome to the forward cabins. Whenever you're ready, I will show you to your rooms. I think everything else is good now. First time in Tulioyol. If nothing else, you must simply try the tacos. You won't find this flavor anywhere else. Trust you to be the keenest to head out, Gem. Where are Arenville and Wuklamat, I wonder? Oh good, you're all here. Who might your companions be? Seeing as we needed information, I thought who better to get it from than the locals. These two hail from the villages we're thinking to visit. I give you credit for taking initiative, at least. What do you mean, at least? I'm honored that the third promise would seek my advice. I too am happy to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. Thank you for your help. Before we begin, there will doubtless be other occasions where we need to act independently, so I brought these for the two of you. What's this? This is called a link pearl. Gemstone harvested from a special shell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate across great distances. Is that so? What a handy thing to have. It'll be very useful on our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my two new friends here. Right. check something. Oh, it seems like mainly during cutscenes is when the GPU goes up really high. No, I think we'll still keep it like as it is though, because I don't want to. I prefer the texture resolution high. The Tuliyoyal saga features a number of Tural's clans. Two of those, the Hanu Hanu and the Pelu Pelu, have settlements relatively close to the city, so I brought a representative of each. As I mentioned before, the Hanu are the cheerful people who love their festivals. They make their appearance in the Lay of Reeds at their home village, Akhanu, is located in Kuzumauka. The other smaller fellow is one of the Pelu, a clan of business-minded folk from Orkapacha. They appear in the Lay of Gold and craft all kinds of marvelous goods and Wachchun Pelu, their village. Now it's for deciding which village to visit first. Why don't you pick that? Put that adventurer's instinct of yours to work for us, Gem. Pick our destination. Upon completing this quest, main story branch. Accepting the quest from the helpful Hanu will temporarily prevent you from accepting the quest from the approachable Venu, Pelu, and vice versa. Second quest path will become available from the respective NPC once you've completed the series of quests from the first path. Furthermore, story elements and quest rewards will not be affected by our initial choice of path. Particularly the NPC you prefer to embark on the trail for the rite of succession. Okay. Wait, let me see what's here. You there, you're a gem, are you not? The adventure from across the water has been lending the third promise of strength. Well met, to tell the truth, I've been meaning to make your acquaintance for some time. I have a proposition for you. You're familiar with the Eorzean hunts, yes. We have something very similar here in Tuliyoyal, and having heard much of your philanthropic spirit, not to mention your capacity for violence, I should very much like to recruit you to our cause. If you're interested, speak with my associate, Boy Oga. The Shabral is a master of the hunt and administers to the bills in the square overlooking the port. Tell him the Wing of Protection recommends you. Love the music. Check something here. Yeah, no, it seems like on average, I guess GPU 90 to 100% is normal, but I still like to have the settings a little bit lower because I noticed when I had it at the high settings, even the cutscenes, like there would be like a bit of a lag. Now it's pretty perfect, so I think this is pretty good as far as settings are concerned. What do we have here? Your posture could use some work, but you've got good eyes. Eyes that have seen a few things. You're here to sign up. The Wing of Protection recommends recommend you do they? Well, we're always on the lookout for new hunters, and if you're good enough for Wuklamot, you're good enough for us. Pleasure to have you with us, Gem. Suppose I better get down to the instructions. Or maybe I don't need to. The whole idea came from your side of the sea, after all. This Kona who showed us your ways. Either way, I'll keep it brief. Our hunts work much the same way they do in Eorzea. Put a bounty on these beasts that prove themselves as an enemy of the people. Kill them and bring us back the proof to get your reward. While your reputation may precede you, rules are rules, and the rule is I have to test every hopeful out on beginner bills. Can't have every youngling with nothing to do his name but a plowshare and a dream of glory skipping merrily away to his doom. Prove your self-control and I'll give you some bigger, bitier fish to fry. Okay. Oh, it puts me on 5, I guess. Let's see what else is here. Sometimes doing the quests in the early game towns gives you gear, and I want to do that, so some good stuff for the market board. You were on the ship that pulled into port just now, were you not? I have a favor to ask. I'm expecting a shipment addressed to T's Tacos, but I fear it may have been unloaded on the southern pier by mistake. I'd be ever so grateful if you could speak with your crew for me. I need to be getting back to open the shop, but if you do manage to find it, please bring it over. I'll see to it paid for the delivery, I promise. Ooh. Happened upon a curious cob of corn that almost seems alive. Rustling of this corn sounds not unlike a dejected sigh, and you could swear it is looking out at the ocean. Oh, woe is me. You alright? You can see me. Oh, blessed be. Countless ages have I watched over these lands. When men first tilled her soil, I was there. They partook of her bounty, I was there. Silent guardian of the harvest, my presence unmistakable. If the passage of time would bring change to the people, they began to forget the old ways, forget me. Traveled the lands hither and yon, yet no matter where I went, I remained unseen and unheard. I feared before long I might shuck this nigh mortal cub. Yet here at the last I have found a kindly soul able and willing to lend me an ear, but will he lend me a hand as well, I wonder? I wish to help the people of Taral fill their hearts and bellies both, lest their hunger invite terrible misfortune. All that are born to this world are deserving of happiness, would you not agree? So let them eat, I say, eat corn and be merry. Alas, I cannot reach them in my diminished state, but you can. So I shall bequeath unto you the most delectable corn dishes, which are to then be distributed to the masses. Which say you? Such selflessness, such compassion. How long has it been since last I met a soul so grossly incandescent, but a humble stock, basking in the warmth of your generous heart? Well, my friend, let us be off. Curious corn spirit has collected to be referred to as a corn servant. Speak with them again when you're ready to spread corn and happiness to the masses. Right. That's perfect. Goodness, how long has it been since last man has partaken of my corn? I can hardly wait. Hungry bellies of Troll City, Troll cry out for satisfaction. Let us sally forth. Corn servants now following you. Keep them at your side in order to protect with. You can leave the corn servant behind by. Okay. So what am I to do now? I'm like to starve at this rate. Billy, it speaks to me. I bid you offer him this grilled corn, seared to perfection with the hope that it yet burns in my corny bosom. Is that grilled corn for me? That's awful kind of you. I'm new to Yoyol, and it's been pretty hard. Harder than since I lost my job. Been so hungry lately I can barely think straight, but the smell of this corn with its smoky, sweet aroma has brightened my day. I can hardly wait to eat it. Feels like maybe my luck is starting to turn around. Thank you, sir. I won't forget this. But I think it's good now. Perhaps I'll simply skip lunch today. Belly and heart both in dire need of nourishment. Here, take of my cod. Let its earthy scent and savory flavors offer her comfort. Grilled corn. My husband loves grilled corn. Life simply isn't the same without him. One moment I think I'm fine, then suddenly I find myself brought to tears. Even eating has been a struggle, but I know he wouldn't want me to mourn him. I thank you for this. I'll try to do better for his sake and mine. So hungry, but I have no money. May the gods forgive me for what I'm about to do so. You hear that, friend? His belly weeps from hunger. We offer him this corn and let its smoky sweetness give him comfort and deliver him from foul temptation. This is grilled corn for me. Truly, my stomach has been in knots for days. Thank you. Shames me to admit it, but I tried my hand at gambling and lost everything. I was so desperate for food, I was tempted to do so terrible things. Corn has filled my aching stomach and helped to clear my head. Oh, what a fool I've been. It's time I start over and get my life together. Rumbling of bellies and need has ceased. Come, let us find a quiet place to speak. Okay. Shipment for teas, got it right here, of course. Not sure what you were told, but all imports from yours here are unloaded on this side. The culinarian makes some great tacos, but I'll be damned if you can pay attention to half the words I say to him. His order's packed and ready in that crate there, but bugger me if it ain't heavy. Wait, is this the right way? Hoping so. Found it, thank the gods. I don't know what I would have done had my cookbooks been left on the dock back limbs of the Minsa. What luck that I could flag down such a hospitable deckhand. Wait, what do you mean you're not part of the crew? I thought you came into port with my books. Taco stand gets a lot of tourists, so I thought I'd import some cookbooks from your culinary capital and brush up on foreign food culture. Who knows, one of these days I might just invent an Erusian-style taco. Anyway, my apologies for the misunderstanding. As payment, take these freshly made tacos on the house. Ooh, tacos al pastor. Right. Put that on the market board. Let's see. I flour tortillas. Ooh, there we go. Filled with sauteed alpaca meat and garnish with a spicy pineapple salsa. That's pretty good. Do it for... Should be perfect. Probably gonna end the stream soon. That might make something to eat, but I wanted to stream a bit of early content or early access because I thought it'd be cool. Let's see what he says here. Full glad I am to have helped the people of Tuli Yoyol. Indeed, my colonels swelled with joy at the sight of their happy and content faces. And you, friend, your kindness cannot go unrewarded. Meet me at the gate over yonder, and I will see you duly compensated for your trouble. There you are. I hope our little incursion was as fulfilling for you as it was for me. It's a terrible thing to be hungry. Unattended bellies are quick to fill themselves with pain and anguish, feelings that will lead the heart astray. Thanks to you, my corn has sated the hunger that would otherwise invite misery to this place. From the bottom of my cob, I thank you. Pray take of my corn. May these kernels keep your belly full and spirits lifted. I really must be going. While the people of Tolio may be content, there are other hungry souls out there in need of nourishment. Until we meet again. Right. Quest sites of the last. I want to at least do all the quests here before we end the stream. Seems like the computer's running better now. I think the graphical changes definitely helped. wait, hold on. Maybe it's... This isn't open. Oh, he's up there. Love the music. Fellow Orsian, am I right? Do you fancy yourself much of a sightseer? Dear old Billa gave you her journal. Why, what a small world. It just so happens that I'm her cousin. Elzeby Ironheart, at your service. Well, if you met cousin Millith, I'm sure you can guess why I crossed the salt, as you say. This continent is positively brimming with sights unseen by Orsian eyes, and I'm here to discover them all. My twin sister and I, that is. You see, I had more interest in Yuke while she was drawn to the vistas of Zack. So it was that we parted ways at the bridge, each of us touring half of the Tyrol. So give me your sightseeing log then. Let's see. Oh, how beautiful. I should like to see those places myself someday. Or sorry, I was going to just scribble down. My notes on Yak Tyrol included what my sister shared with me of Zack Tyrol, but I'm afraid it isn't much. The twin's name is Mehlin, and she's still wandering about over there. Given your natural affinity for Ironhearts, you'll doubtless run into her someday. I'm sure you've got places to be and vistas to behold. May your journey throughout Tyrol be bright and unforgettable. Alright. Oh, look at the flowers. Look at the tree. Arble. Let's see. Let me look here. So there was another... Oh, no. It's Sprite Plume. Okay. Oh, one of Ukulamat's companions. Say, could I trouble you to go and fetch someone for me? It's time for patrol. My partner's nowhere to be seen. I would handle it myself, but I could miss his arrival were I to leave my post. Knowing him, he's lost in conversation somewhere in Bright Plume Post. Just look for the Benua with the big eyes and dark blue scales. When you find him, tell him his partner's waiting for him. As far as we trade, make no mistake, Tuliol is a safe and peaceful place. Looking back, it's hard to believe that every last corner of Tyrol was embroiled in a war a mere 80 years ago. Tyrol, friend, I don't know who you've mistaken me for, but I just finished my shift. Do I look like some moon-eyed Benoit to you? Clearly I'm a de pro. I don't believe I have any work scheduled today. Mayhap you mix me with someone else. Oh no, I'm Hobigu. Benowa don't have long combs like ours. You see, they're most commonly identified by the hue of their scales. Patrol partner, yes. I'm the one he's looking for. I don't know why he's always so needlessly punctual. There are, in fact, still a few moments before his shift. Then again, patience has never been a strong suit. In any case, thank you for letting me know. I suppose I'll head over early just to be nice. The Bright Plume Post, headquarters of Landsguard. You are welcome to look around, but take care not to interrupt our training. As you can see, the Landsguard recruits from every culture of Tiliol. Personally, I find it fascinating to see how each of them uses their unique attributes to their advantage in battle. Even their posture is different. Welcome back. My partner here let me know you sent him. Didn't I see you talking to another Mamucha before you found me? I suppose we all look alike to the people from across the assault. But appearances aren't everything, of course. Far superior to arcane ability, we of the Bunewa tribe are typically employed as mages or palaceers. As for the Hubigo, they're more likely to excel in feats of athleticism. The Dawntrail, meanwhile, are renowned for the skill at beast handling. You can see one tending to a wyvern right over there. Oh, speaking of which, perhaps I should tell you about. That's enough. Sorry about him. My friend here can never remember when to hold his tongue. Thanks again for your help. Waste enough time. Onwards to patrol. Okay. Check something here real quick. Oh, this is nice. Hey, you're not busy, are you? Earlier you got word that his shipments of parts has come in. So I sent my trainee to fetch them, but he's still not back yet. But I trouble you to pay a visit to the junk monger in Bayside Bevy and ask if a young Hetsoro has been by. I'm in the middle of something here. Check something here real quick. Just answering a message from one of my customers. Finally purchased a complete set of Burger King Platinum Pokemon lot I had. He's also asking for some additional cards, which definitely add to his order. Okay, so check here. The trainee mechanic from the dirigible landing. No, I'm afraid I haven't seen him today. Might be as he took the scenic route, as he's often wont to do. Seeing as you're looking for him, you might as well take the delivery along with you. Knowing Kuvalja, he won't be satisfied until both are brought to him. As for where his young charge might be, I often see him on a pier at high tide harbor, gazing out on the sea. Like as not, you'll find him there now. Oh, there's a sightseeing. What's there? Oh, there's 2 new warrior skills. Actually 3. Playing host to a never-ending stream of customers, the largest marketplace in Tuliyoyal is replete with goods from every corner of Tyrol. Its proximity to the harbor ensures that cargo unloaded in the boats and barges can be transported directly to the shelves of local merchants. Interesting. There's another one. Due to the abundance of reefs in Tuliyoyal's coastal waters, marine visitors are forced to anchor their ships out at sea and board several vessels to make safe landfall. The harbor's name is no idle promises, as even boats with shallow drafts can be caught in rocks when the tide is low. Oh, sorry, I was lost in thought. How can I help you? My mentor sent you to find me, and you brought the parts we ordered. You've well and truly caught me slacking. Not to mention at a glance, but you're not from around here, are you? Do you happen to know anything about dirigibles? Somewhat versed, perhaps. You at least know what they are and what they do, I take it. I understand your part of the world prefers airships, but in Tyrol the dirigible is king. I've only just started my apprenticeship. My dream is to one day cross the sea in a balloon of my own making. Naturally, my first destination would be Old Charlie, and the great Kona learn so much of what he knows, and what a journey it would be. God, there I go again. The moment my thoughts turn to daydreams, I'll find myself here at the harbor, but that's enough time wasted. I'd better take these parts back to the dirigible landing. Alright. There's Markport right there. You're back. My trainee got here just ahead of you. Now what's this I hear about the two of you having a heart-to-heart at the harbor? He wants to cross the sea in his own craft, eh? Good for him, I say. A boy his age ought to dream big. The technology the Second Promise brought home to Tuliyoyol has sparked new ideas among the youth like nothing I've ever seen. Mark my words, they'll do great things for this country one day. Maybe I've got my claws full keeping these dirigibles up and running, but the next generation has my support. Nothing would make me prouder than to watch them soar to even ever greater heights. Ah, great. Now you've got me waxing all sentimental. Something in the fumes, perhaps. Leave her order run along before I embarrass myself with you. Alright. I don't technically need it. Is a little bit better, but I'll sell it because I'll get a gear upgrade from the dungeon anyways, so it's not like it's necessity for me. They go for 200, sell them for 200,000. That's pretty fair. For 199.95, yeah. All right. Where do I want to go? What? I'm gonna start with the Pelu first. Let's go with the Pelu. Quest Kuzama Uka will become available once you completed this quest series, beginning with the approachable Pelu. Yes, the alpacas. Approachable Pelu is waiting their questions. What is it you'd like to know? Our main concern was confirming the state of the road ahead. As I recall, to reach Orko Pacha, we depart from the Arc of the Dawn, then take the road west at the first fork. Should we worry of anything along the way? That is indeed the way to Orko Pacha. After the damage wrought by the recent downpour, however, you'll be doing more stumbling than walking. But do take heart. When it comes to rugged terrain, we have a most dependable solution available. Come with me. We'll be back to talk to you in good time, friend Hanu. Meanwhile, you can eat and drink your fill at Shabal Yalv Tui. It's all been arranged. They introduce you to our most dependable companion, the alpaca. It's like, what? These animals can traverse Urkopacha's steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, and all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchant would be lost without them. So they fill much the same niche as our chocobos back home. We don't have alpacas in Eorzea. Alpacas are native to Yaktoral. Eorzea has its chocobos, and the eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast in a place which ill suits its qualities and where it is not needed anyway. Must we ride these little monsters? I got the impression you aren't fond of alpacas. When I was small and being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me and it was the foulest stench you can imagine. Aha, I see. What are they like to ride? Alpacas breed as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. We're really doing this then. Let me check something here. Okay. So was my information useful to you? Yes, very helpful. Even if I wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good, I'll take my payment now. You want me to pay you? I guess I should have expected as much from a Pelu merchant. Let me see what I have on me. Pelu sounds like Peru. Peru? It's probably, yeah. Pelu value the act of spreading joy through trade. As you should know, they take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. Here you go, a fair price for your fair advice. Yes, I made a trade with the third promise herself. My friends will never believe this. I shall be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. Off you go then. Thank you. Better not get spit on again. You brought that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. Still not happy about this, but if we need to ride alpaca to reach Orcopacha, then that's what we'll do. Oh, here we go.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urcopacha, the 100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
Urcopacha.
So this is Urcopacha. I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp and clear. Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som-Al.
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh? Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wuk Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here of all places. But I should introduce myself. I am Bol Nok, a weaver by trade.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Watranpelo.
Oh, truly, I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal, is that a local beverage?
It's an Urcopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool.
They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels. Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say. Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne. I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliolal. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
Watchun Pelo's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
It's right there!
Wow. Alright, I think I'm going to attune to the 8th right shard, and then I think I'm going to take a little break before we do another stream. But yeah, so far this has been pretty good. Let me actually at least do this, well... Let me talk to Aaronville and then we'll continue. Yeah, but we'll end the stream here soon. I could see more buildings down the path Balnuke was taken. I wonder what's over that way. This is it. Watchin Belu, home of the Belu Belu. Wuklamat should have arrived before us. That's not good. You've come all this way for the right of succession. Oh, so this means I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn servant. Please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. How fortunate, then, that I deal in cloaks woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. The nation's ruler should dress her best for her adorning people, yes? Finery for our finest lady, that's right. Come, Third Promise, my well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Finest lady? Haha, I like the sound of that. Alright, I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. Ahem, what did we just talk about? Amber, when did you... Shentona from far off Zaktorol. Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survive them without a lovely warm cloak of quality alpaca wool. No, thank you. I'm not in need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the Third Promise. Perhaps another time. Of course. My shop's door is always open. You're saying something about not being easily charmed. I was just... As I mentioned previously, the Pele people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. Sounds a lot like the Japanese, actually. And for those who don't know, a lot of the people in Peru, like the Quechua and Amari, they've done some mitochondrial DNA tests, and they actually connect to the Ainu, or the Jomon of Japan from Hokkaido. I know that too because part of my ancestry, even though it's predominantly European, is part indigenous Native American, and part of my ancestry was actually connected to the to a Japanese Jomon potter from 4,000 years ago from I think it's from Ruben Island off the coast of Hokkaido, so it's pretty cool. They will have her... Anyways, let's continue. They will have her disarm you with their deft turns of turns of praise, and when winning, customers like Wuklamat fall prey to this affable approach time and time again. The only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. Valuable insight into the minds of the Pelu Pelu. Let us all take Aaronville's words of caution to heart. Sir, let her out of my sight for one moment. Wuklamat is lucky to have Aaronville. Everyone, royalty especially needs a friend, and I'm afraid to chide them when the need arises. It would seem the Pelu Pelu are also partial to coffee. All these houses and buildings made to Pelu Pelu size, and mine too, come to think of it. I'm gonna... One. Welcome to the House of Pelu Pelu. Watch in Pelu. We have many local specialties on offer here, so please have a look around. You know, when she said buildings made to my size, I was watching a documentary of the Japanese. Someone was filming it regarding the Path of the Samurai, and they actually mentioned that specifically, that the Japanese are taller nowadays, but I guess the doors they used to use were actually for people that were originally shorter. So it's interesting to kind of see. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I might stream later today, but I just want to take a little bit of a break because I think I'm gonna take care, at least, of packaging some orders from my store, and might make myself something to eat and maybe take a little nap or siesta, or however way you want to look at it. Anyways, guys, I'll be off for now. Slangafol, hasta luego, and take care, guys. Bye for now.